Joining us now from Cleveland is Chris McKinley, a former U.S. Navy SEAL and the CEO and founder of Invictus Group, LLC. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So your thoughts on all of this unfolding this evening?
Well, it's extremely disgusting to see. And some of the latest video that's coming out where you're actually seeing bodies and many of them children, it's very disturbing. What people need to understand is the individuals that have done this, the individuals that are causing these events to happen, have complete lack of regard for human life in any way, shape, or form, at any level, at any age. That's what people need to understand. We're in a world war with fundamental Islam. And that's what we need to recognize. The sooner we do that, the sooner we can more effectively address these things that are happening globally.
Well, as we make progress in places like Syria and Iraq, how do we prevent this from popping up in places like this? And here's a place where they've been in a state of emergency. They've had 10,000 soldiers protecting the streets. They've done so many things to try to protect their people, and yet this still happens.
Well, it's a slippery slope. What we've found is that, by and large, we've always had a reactionary response to terrorism. The Brits have been very proactive. We're taking a page out of the Brits, and we've been using it for a while. The Israelis are very, very effective at taking a proactive approach. The Israeli model is the model. They do profiling, but it's behavioral profiling. It's non-racial profiling. And we've learned in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, where we were engaging Chechens. These are blonde-haired, blue-eyed, radical Islamic terrorists. So we had to do behavioral profiling. The Israelis wrote the book. This event is classic Overwatch. They must have had an organized attack where people were watching the street because the truck rolled down at exactly the time when the gendarmes were not on the Promenade des Anglais. And it was the perfect time to do this, which tells me that it was a coordinated attack, and there was probably people on rooftops or in remote locations with cell phones relaying the exact time to do this. So proactively, we have to completely shut down any ISIS-related, terrorist-related Twitter page, Facebook page, Instagram page, the whole gamut of social media, and prosecute the companies and the organizations that are letting these social media sites exist and propagate. Because what we're seeing now, as the news starts to collapse around the neck of ISIS in Syria, we're seeing these lone wolf attacks that are aided and abetted by the internet. And it's just a start, believe me. We have to take a proactive approach by not letting any more unvetted individuals into this country. The FBI has admitted that we cannot properly vet them, and until we can, we need to stop it completely.
Well, Chris McKinley, former Navy SEAL, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
You're very welcome.